So now our dailies. So let's talk about the dailies a little bit. So if you just look at them as a 2-page spread. So when you have your dailies, first glance, you're going to look at that. You have a section for your meals, your 15-minute pickup, which to me is, you do a load of laundry, you quick clean up the dishes in the kitchen, those kinds of things. It's never anything huge, maybe cleaning out the junk drawer in the kitchen, just something small to kind of keep you on track for that day, make you feel like you've kind of done something to battle the clutter in the house, or that seems to be the big thing with me, is to always try and keep the clutter at bay. And then on this, and then you have your notes section. On this side, these are the things I absolutely have to do that day. Those are things that are basically have a deadline. I've got to get done. So that's my must do for the day. Phone calls I need to do, very specific emails I need to make, I will put over here. Scheduling down here, I will do, that is stuff that actually has a time frame. So if we have a doctor appointment, a dentist appointment, I have a phone conference scheduled, anything that has a very specific time, I'll write down here. And then this whole section right here is just all of the other things that I need to do. So that's a basic breakdown of the daily to-do. But I wanted to go a little deeper and explain a little bit more of how I use it. And I'm hoping because I've worked at home for 10 years now. So I'm hoping that I can maybe help those of you who don't normally work at home and you're confronted with maybe having to homeschool the kids, you've got their schedules, you're trying to do work at home. One of the biggest hurdles, I think, with working at home is the distractions, because you're home, you feel like you should also be doing home stuff. So I'm home, I should throw in a load of laundry. I'm home, I should be, prepping dinner now, or I should be, a myriad of other things that you should be working on. And it causes a lot of distractions. And that's why I feel like having this huge open space of all of this to list on will just make things enormously easier for you. So one of the things that I could say, I do not have to homeschool my children, thankfully, and it's not my teaching. God bless all of you teachers. God bless you. It's not my thing, and I'm not good at it, and I am really, really glad that my kids are old enough, and also my younger one is in school. So that's been a blessing for me. But those of you that do have to homeschool your children, I would say use this side on here to write out those notes of things that you need to do with them. There's a beautiful wide open section here that you can personalize. You could structure per child. If you wanted to, you could go back to even this section here and use it just for schooling if you wanted to. So you could reference it here and then go back here for more detailed if you wanted to break it down that way. But if you just need to break it down put it into a couple sections per child and their assignments for that day, I think this section would be a great section for that. Organizing your menu and having your meal figured out for the evening is a huge thing. Even if you can do that the night before, no, not necessarily for the whole week. If that's too much, if you can just plan on the next day so you know what to throw in the crock pot, if you know what to, even just, if you're gonna do takeout, even just so you know, it's one less thing that you have to have on your bandwidth, in your mind during the day. So you have that written down, that's done. If your days are just too busy for a 15-minute pickup, don't worry about it, don't use it. But one thing I can say is if your kids are old enough, this is a great tool for them. You could assign each child, maybe they're getting antsy, that it's like, okay, it's time to break for lunch. After lunch, you each have 15 minutes where you have to help mom, and you assign them a 15-minute pickup. So a lot of this can be used for home stuff, for homeschooling, and that kind of takes that part of it off of your brain and you can center on work over here. So again, as I mentioned, I do my must-dos. So I write down what absolutely has to be done. If I don't do anything else on here, I'm okay with that as long as I get my must-dos that have deadlines and I get those done. Then I feel like, okay, I've accomplished what I've had to accomplish and that's done. I'm not one who likes to make phone calls, so if I write them out, I feel like I have to do them because I have to get them crossed off the list. If you work in a very structured sort of work environment, the schedule area is going to help you a lot as far as that way, is writing down meetings you have, phone conferences, Zoom conferences, everything that you need to do, Zoom calls, you can write that here. And then again, with this area right here, this to-do list. Now I work from home. As I said, you get those distractions, like I should be doing a load of laundry. What I will actually do in this to-do list is write out everything that I wish I could accomplish that day. And that includes home stuff. So my must-do is going to be my work stuff, the stuff I have to get done. But in here I will list, sometimes I divide it in half and I have 2 columns. You write down everything that is in your head that you think that you need to do that day. Because it may look overwhelming on the sheet, but you're not going to feel frozen when you get done with one thing and you think, okay, what do I have to do next? You can look at your whole day and you can pick and choose, because you can say, all right, I have 10 minutes before this scheduled meeting, look through here, find something small, and you can accomplish that. So if rather than spend that 10 minutes sitting there thinking, well, let's see, I have 10 minutes, what can I do? And you waste that 10 minutes trying to think of what you could quickly do, you have everything written down on here, everything that you could possibly want to do that day. And I feel like that has helped me get so much more done and be so much more efficient, because I'm not thinking, I'm not frozen like, oh, I knew there was something else I wanted to do and I didn't know what it was. This way, it's all on there. So you've accomplished a big must-do. Before you do another one that you know is going to take you an hour, you've got a meeting in 10 minutes. You look on your shorter list and you grab something, you get it done, and you've gotten something else off that list. Something that you didn't think you could even accomplish today. So that's how I use my daily to-do, and it has made me much, much more efficient. And I will even put things in here, even just small stuff maybe that I want to do. That's maybe for me, for my self-care. So if there's something on there that I want to spend an hour memory keeping at night, I will write that on the list. If I don't get to it, I don't get to it. But it's a goal. And if I see that on there and I see all of the other things before it that I've accomplished, that's kind of a reward for me too. And that's important to put on your list. And not just the things that you have to get done for everyone else, but what about the things that are good for you that need to be done? So put that on your list as well. And again, I think using this section over here for homeschooling is a great benefit, to just have everything out of your mind on your day. You see it all and you can tackle it. I feel like it just makes it much, much, much more manageable. If you don't have homeschooling for the kids, I think this is a beautiful section to use for gratitudes. If you do any sort of scripture reading, that's a great place to put that there. Even just jot down a blessing. When you wake up in the morning, meet your day, write down a blessing. I think that's a fabulous way to greet the day, especially right now with everything that's going on. So again, that's how I use mine, and it has made a world of difference in how I manage my time and how I tackle my day, in how I reward myself for everything that I'm doing. And the other thing that I like about it is 9 times out of 10, I am not going to highlight everything on this list. But then it also helps me remember, okay, tomorrow when I sit down and I make my list for the day, I didn't do this, this, or this. I can move that to the next day, and then I can hopefully get it done that day. So it's also a way of remembering those things, those tasks that you need to get done. And I would encourage you to find the time to make your list, whether it's the night before you go to bed, or when you wake up first thing in the morning. That's what I do. That is a very, very big part of my schedule that I try not to defer from or deter from. Every morning I have my cup of coffee and I sit down and I write my to-do list for the day. It helps me clear my head, it helps me ease into my day, and it helps me focus. So I really encourage you to use your planner that way too. Yes, they're beautiful and they're fun and they're creative, but they should be helping you make your life easier. So that's my little spiel about my daily to-do and some ideas on how to use that. And I hope you all are really enjoying if you've transitioned to the larger space like this. And a lot of those tips you can use in the personal rings, you can use in your Dory booklets as well. And I just encourage you, join our Cocoa Daisy fan page, and if you have ideas, share them with us. Everybody, it's a great community, it's a great place to share, and we love to encourage each other there. So it would be a good place if you have ideas to post them there and share them. So that is my take on how I use the daily to-do, and I hope that has helped you kind of maybe focus a little bit and plan your day.